Alright guys, in this video I wanted to go over the most underrated strategy for getting to 10% body fat or leaner, even going into single digits and being able to actually maintain it and not make it super difficult. Because what most people do when they are dieting down to get very, very lean, it gets really, really difficult. You know, the leaner that we get, our hunger hormones start to kick up. Our bodies kind of kick into self-preservation mode because your body just wants us to survive. It doesn't know that you have an entire cupboard full of food. All your physiology knows is we are starving to death. We need to do everything possible to make it harder for this guy to keep getting leaner. And so one of the main things I do with my clients, and I think I've been able to do is myself, I've been able to maintain basically single digit body fat year round, like pretty effortlessly, and actually coach quite a few clients to getting down to significantly leaner levels of body fat and being able to actually maintain that, because that's most people's goals. And most people don't want to just get down to, you know, seeing all six pack and then just bulking and not being able to, you know, maintain it like that. That sucks. So what most people do is they try to just rush the process. And when they go down to getting very, very lean, they kind of just don't listen to their bodies at all. And this is problematic because fatigue is going to get to be extremely, extremely high when we are dieting down, just because, you know, it's stressful on our bodies, stressful on our minds to have to get down to that lean, and exercise discipline to, you know, get in your cardio, move more, you know, eat in a deficit when you want to eat more, you know, the mental fatigue of being hungry all the time and finishing your meal like, you know, hungrier than you started sometimes. And one of the things I do with my clients is I kind of use more like a wave-like approach to their dieting. So what this kind of look like in practice is getting them to sort of pick their spots that they are pushing for fat loss and days where they're pulling back. Because what I found in experience is that you will get like these periods of time where like you can push harder, and you know that you can push harder. You can dig for fat loss in those days and go down lower. But there's also times when your body is going to tell you, I need to like actually pull back. I need a little bit more food. My fatigue is getting to be really, really high. And if you want to maintain your leanness, this is really, really important. This is going to help manage your overall fatigue throughout the process. Most bodybuilders just rebound really hard after shows because they have a deadline. They have an actual day they have to be like shredded at. And that is why usually, you know, it's unsustainable to maintain single digit body fat for most people, because again, they set themselves up for this crazy rebound. So what I do with my clients and myself is I like to think about coaxing my body there. You know, if you want to have more of a structure, for example, I would probably have most clients who are, you know, let's say a little bit of a higher body fat, just have linearly dieting. So they're not having any sort of higher calorie days. We don't need it. You know, if you're, you know, higher body fat percentage, say, you know, upper teens or more, you probably don't need to have that. And then when something gets down to be, say, more so 15%, so, you know, we're starting to see the upper four abs, we have separation. Maybe I'm going to start doing 2 refeed days, 2 higher calorie days in a row, and 5 lower calorie days. Maybe someone gets to 12% body fat, which is, you know, full six pack. You know, a lot of like wide receivers in the NFL are that lean. You know, we're going to start having maybe only 4 low calorie days and then 3 higher calorie days. And then maybe if someone is, you know, they get to 10% body fat and pushing for even more leanness, like I might even only have like 3 lower calorie days and we have 4 higher calorie days. And this really helps manage fatigue throughout the entire process of dieting, and it's going to make it a lot easier for you to actually be able to maintain that body fat percentage after. You'll also have the practice of actually eating at maintenance for like what it would feel like at that body fat percentage. Because a lot of people never practice eating at maintenance or having higher calorie days, and they kind of just go back to their old habits and they just, you know, binge eat, and you know, your body can gain tons of body fat in a very short period of time. So just to summarize this video, if you really want to get lean, think about coaxing your body there. And you know, if you get to a certain body fat percentage where, you know, say it's like, you know, at 12%, it's the leanest you've ever been. You're just like, man, I just feel cooked. Like, it's really hard to diet. Like, I'm constantly thinking about food. I'm hungry. My strength is dropping off. Like, your fatigue is too high. Take a break. Like, if you really want to get lean and stay lean, you need to listen to your body. It's a different skill maintaining different levels of leanness. And you know, as you also build more muscle, it tends to be easier to also maintain lower levels of body fat. And having, you know, periods of maintenance, or maybe even just eating slightly more and then going back down in deficit long term, is going to get you to that being able to be more likely to sustain, single digit body fat or however lean you want to be long run. So work with your body. Don't just try to hammer your body down into, a lean body fat percentage. If it's just your body is kicking back, work with it, manage your fatigue, learn how to master different levels of body fat, and just, think a little bit more long term. So hopefully that makes sense. If you guys have any questions, ask down in the comments below. And if you guys want to work with me, I have an awesome coaching program that's going to teach you exactly how to get lean while actually being strong. Because the two things that drive your physique and really having it be aesthetic is getting really strong at key exercises and getting really, really lean so that you stand out in a crowd, that muscle actually pops and shines through. So if you guys are interested in that, links are down below to apply for coaching. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.